I sit beside the fireplace on an old armchair. The room feels cozy despite its age. My father sleeps peacefully next to me, his breathing steady. It's late afternoon now, just before dusk falls outside our small cottage door. My mother knits near her chair, occasionally glancing towards us. Her fingers move steadily over the wool she holds. I watch her hands work, feeling calm wash through me. Outside, birds chirp softly, preparing for nighttime too. Inside, the warmth of the fire contrasts sharply against the cool air seeping under doors. A log cracks loudly inside the hearth, drawing everyone awake briefly. Mother smiles gently when she sees father stirring slightly but stays silent herself. She knows better than to disturb him during these rare naps he takes after hard days farming. Firelight dances off polished wooden surfaces here and there around the room. Beside me sits an empty bowl where once was soup. Its remnants have cooled into silence since last mealtime passed hours ago. Now all sounds come directly, father snoring lightly nearby, occasional creaks of floorboards beneath someone moving quietly somewhere else upstairs. Every noise seems amplified tonight compared even earlier today out working fields under sunlit skies. Mother finishes another row, then looks back toward us again. "Are you all right?" She murmurs softly enough, almost whispered yet clearly heard nonetheless. There isn't much need though, because knowing how close she stands already makes everything easier somehow. We share understanding between generations silently, often enough lately anyway. Evening deepens, shadows lengthening along the stone walls. Birds stop singing entirely, replaced by distant crickets beginning their nightly chorus. The fire flickers more intensely, casting dancing flames high above the mantel. Outside, darkness envelops the land completely now. Only faint moonlight filters through gaps in curtains hanging loosely about windows. Inhaling deeply, I feel the familiar scent of pine smoke fill lungs fully. Beside me, Dad stirs again, muttering something indistinct while still asleep. Mom continues knitting rhythmically, eyes half closed but alert. Occasionally, she catches sight of us watching her. With a soft smile, she returns focus to her needles. From down the hall comes muffled sound, a child crying softly perhaps, or maybe just footsteps pacing slowly overhead. "Shouldn't go check," I murmur instead of voicing thoughts aloud. Mom nods subtly, acknowledging agreement without needing further explanation. Silence settles heavy upon rooms filled with memories shared amongst family members huddled closely together. Dad snores louder suddenly, rousing both parents momentarily, who exchange quick glance. Then settled faces turn away quickly, returning attention solely onto current tasks rather than intruding curiosity. Night has claimed day utterly now, leaving behind peacefulness wrapped tightly around entire household tucked safely within four walls. Night drapes itself over the world outside, thick and impenetrable. Crickets sing a lullaby far beyond the closed shutters. The house hums softly, alive with whispers and sighs. From upstairs, a cry echoes faintly. Mother stiffens ever so slightly, head tilting upward fractionally. Eyes narrowing minutely, she listens intently. After several heartbeats pass unmarked, she shakes her head very gently, lips curving upwards reassuringly. Soft footfalls approach from the kitchen. Footsteps halt abruptly right alongside the doorway leading to the sitting area. Someone steps cautiously inside, peering warily round corners until finding what appears safe. Small hand reaches tentatively for a lantern hanging low by hook, lifting it higher to cast golden beams throughout darkened space. Warmth spreads gradually among gathered figures, chasing lingering chill driven away by sudden intrusion. Shadows retreat, shrinking closer to edges of candlelight pools radiating outward. Everyone breathes easy, tension easing perceptibly. Child emerges finally, blinking owlishly amidst welcoming arms offered freely. Tiny form nestles comfortably against maternal chest, seeking comfort found easily here. Whispered reassurances soothe frightened tears flowing warmly down cheeks streaked pale. Inside, peace reigns supreme now. Outside, nothing matters anymore except safety held fiercely tight within sturdy embrace provided lovingly by those assembled here. All worries fade away, swallowed whole by comforting presence surrounding them all. Morning breaks quietly on the horizon, its first blush barely piercing the dense curtain of night. Inside, warmth remains constant despite external changes. Father snuggles deeper into his slumber, breathing steady and even under blankets pulled snugly close. Mother finishes another row of stitches, gaze fixed firmly ahead yet attentive enough to notice any shift in atmosphere instantly. She murmurs soothing words directed toward the sleeping infant nestled securely between her legs, words meant purely to reassure and calm fears stirred during restless hours past. A small cough interrupts the silence, drawing everyone's immediate attention. It sounds almost comical given circumstances, yet carries weight nonetheless. Eyes widen slightly, then soften immediately once recognition dawns. Grateful smiles break out across faces united briefly in relief. Father wakes groggily, rubbing sleep-heavy eyes blearily. He stretches languidly, yawning widely before turning full attention back to present company. His expression mirrors theirs, warm, understanding, protective. Hand finds mine instinctively, squeezing lightly in silent acknowledgement of bonds formed overnight. Together, we watch guardian angel descend gracefully from upper chambers. Child descends carefully too, guided steadily downward step by step. Every movement deliberate, calculated to minimize disruption, maximize security. When reaching final destination, tiny figure tumbles willingly into waiting arms extended eagerly downwards. Laughter bubbles forth unexpectedly, rich and joyous. Relief palpably hangs in air, tangible reminder of fragile balance maintained vigilantly tonight. As sun begins rising properly, bathing everything in gold, our little corner stays cocooned beneath blanket of affection woven meticulously yesterday. Peace persists, undiluted by encroaching daylight. Herein lies sanctuary sought desperately earlier today. Safe haven sheltered weary souls battered by life's relentless march onwards. Guided by steadfast love binding generations together, tomorrow promises fresh beginnings born resilient hope nurtured tenderly herein. Evening deepens further still, shadows lengthening around the room. Firewood pops rhythmically, sending sparks dancing high above. Embers flare brightly momentarily, casting flickers onto worn wooden floors. Outside, birdsong fades entirely, replaced instead by distant rumble of approaching storm clouds. Thunder rumbled off somewhere unseen, echoing ominously through empty spaces. Yet, here, tranquility holds firm. Moments stretch lazily, filled mostly with soft rustlings and occasional muffled giggles drifting from upstairs bedroom. Laughter grows louder, more frequent, signaling child waking fully now. Father stirs slowly, stirring me awake too. Groggy smile forms automatically upon seeing him look directly at me. "Good morning," he says hoarsely but cheerfully. "Morning, Dad." Sleepiness battles unsuccessfully against growing energy. Stretch yawn widens mouth wide. He chuckles softly, shaking head fondly. "Not quite morning, lad. Still pretty early." "Oh." Blink rapidly, trying focus better. Look around, suddenly aware others have woken also. Mom sits straighter, knitting needles clatter softly nearby. Thunder crashes again, loud and startling. Silence follows sharply, pregnant with anticipation. Then laughter erupts again, joyful and free. Little feet thump hurriedly downstairs, bare toes making quick work of distance separating bedrooms. Tiny hands grasp hastily at sleeves offered protectingly. Warm body burrows tightly next to mine, nose nuzzled contentedly against neck. Smell familiar, a mix of soap and sunshine, and feels utterly perfect. I scared? Voice trembles uncertainly. Nope. Just surprised maybe? Storm coming soon? Nod vigorously behind cupped palm covering ears. Storm bad, sometimes scary. It'll be okay, sweetie. We're all here now. More confident nod. Clutch tighter grip. Together, we wait anxiously for whatever comes next. Peaceful coexistence exists here, regardless storms raging elsewhere. Dusk settles gently over the landscape outside. Shadows grow longer, wrapping themselves around the cottage like an embrace. In the kitchen, Mother hums softly while preparing tea. Steam rises delicately from teapot, mingling with lingering scents of cinnamon and honey. Inside, the fire crackles warmly, throwing golden hues across the room. Father adjusts himself comfortably in armchair, watching silently as flames dance wildly inside the grate. Beside him, I lean closer, listening intently to rhythmic sound. Footsteps echo faintly upstairs, followed quickly by childish giggle filtering down. Door creaks softly when opened, revealing glowing form emerging cautiously. Tiny hand reaches tentatively outward until finding welcoming touch. Child climbs swiftly onto lap, nestling closely. Wrinkled pajamas feel cool against skin where heat has lingered throughout day. Arms wrap tight around middle, seeking reassurance amidst gathering darkness. Voice mingles with wind whistling outside, carrying whispers of impending tempest. But here, nothing shakes resolve held fast. Instead, shared breaths synchronize perfectly, creating comforting harmony. Night draws nearer, bringing with it promise of rest after exertion endured. Outside world may rage violently beyond closed windows, but safe harbor thrives unscathed within these four walls. Love binds them together, weaving tapestry strong enough withstand most trials thrown its way. Silence lingers heavily, broken eventually by low murmur carried upwards. Words spoken softly, intended solely for those gathered round fireplace. Familiar tones soothe frayed nerves, grounding minds anchored solidly homebound. Tomorrow brings uncertainty, perhaps challenges best avoided altogether. Yet, tonight offers solace sufficient. Shelter found secure, peace restored completely. Until sunrise heralds new beginning, current state suffices wholly. Morning breaks gradually into view, fingers stretching toward warmth radiating from embers. Sunlight slants obliquely between shutters, dappling floorboards unevenly. Birds begin chirping energetically outside, announcing arrival of daylight. Mother finishes pouring steaming mug, passing it carefully along row of chairs lining hearth. She smiles reassuringly, eyes twinkling despite sleepless nights spent soothing fretting child. Gentle cough interrupts reverie. Father stands, then walks quietly past table, heading outdoor leading westward. Footfalls fade away on gravel path, leaving house silent once more save for steady ticking clock hanging overhead. Minutes pass. Child snuggles deeper under blanket, shivering slightly even though fires continue burning bright. Eyes flutter half open, searching faces surrounding them. Mouth opens wordlessly several times before managing small croak. "I cold," she murmurs finally, voice barely audible over crackling wood. Nose scrunches up cutely, cheeks puffing out comical little blisters. Warm arms encircle shoulders instantly. Strong chest presses close, offering shelter. Breath tickles earlobe playfully. "We warm you up real good, sweetheart." Soft laugh bubbles forth unexpectedly. Head tilts back, exposing throat to kiss pressed firmly there. Tongue darts out briefly, tasting salt left by tears recently shed. Tender gaze meets worried ones. "Stay right here," command issued calmly yet forcefully. Hands slide beneath shirt, rubbing circles soothingly. Heart rate slows perceptibly almost immediately. After what seems ages, yet could merely span minutes, the chill dissipates noticeably. Skin warms pleasantly underneath fingertips moving ever lower. Small sigh escapes lips, accompanied by sleepy grin tugging corners upward. Now go get some breakfast ready, directive given lightly. Light tug frees girl reluctantly. Steps pad softly upstairs, returning moments later laden with plate piled high with eggs, toast, jam jars. Spoonful fed eagerly, eyes gleaming mischievously. Breakfast eaten in companionable silence, punctuated periodically by playful banter exchanged among family members present. Table groans under weight of dishes, cups clinking happily together. Butter dribbles freely alongside drippings pooling steadily beneath plates. Once finished, cleanup begins efficiently. Plates stack neatly in sink, suds foamy atop surface. Towels fold precisely side by side, edges aligned impeccably. Floors swept meticulously, dust bunnies vanquished thoroughly. Sun climbs higher, bathing everything in golden light. Shadow lengths shorten accordingly, disappearing bit by bit. By mid-morning, yard sparkles freshly washed, grass blades glistening wetly. Birdsong intensifies, filling air vibrantly. Leaves whisper secrets to breeze blowing gently today. Trees sway gracefully, branches brushing against neighbor trees. Flowers bloom riotously, colors vivid and bold. Bees buzz busily about petals, collecting pollen diligently. Children chase each other joyfully amongst tall stalks of corn swaying proudly. Parents watch approvingly, amused expressions lighting faces. Laughter rings clearly, cutting through summer calm effectively. Meal ends, chores complete. Day stretches ahead invitingly, promising endless possibilities. Inside, spirits remain buoyant, hearts full of gratitude for blessings received thus far. Tomorrow awaits hopefully, certain joys assured. Father returns early morning, his boots crunching snow-covered ground. He steps inside, coat flapping behind him. Muffled greetings greet him as he enters living area. He pats shoulder affectionately. Good work, compliment offered sincerely. Everyone done well. Girl giggles, peeking shyly from doorway. Face flushed red, hair tousled mess. Dishes stand spotless now, shining brightly in reflected light. Thank you all. Mother thanks genuinely, smile softening features. Now enjoy yourselves properly. Outside, sun hangs low, casting elongated shadows across fields. Snow blankets earth deeply, muffling sounds entirely. Silence reignites, heavy and still. Beside me, father leans tiredly backward, eyelids drooping slowly. Voice raspy from effort earlier made. Another day passed safely, remark stated simply. I'm glad, reply honest, heartfelt. Every challenge faced bravely adds strength unseen. Pauses fill space again, pregnant with meaning unsaid. Shared look passes between us, bond deepens subtly. Hearts align once more, connection reaffirmed implicitly. Day drifts lazily onward, hours slipping easily apart. Tasks pile up steadily, demanding attention fully granted. Sweat beads forehead, muscles ache persistently. Yet spirit remains undaunted, courage never faltering. Together, facing whatever comes next, united unwaveringly. Herein lies true victory won, not conquering foes external, but standing firm internally amid adversity encountered. Evenings gather thickly soon thereafter, drawing curtains tightly around inner sanctum protected fiercely. Fire roars loudly, dancing wilder than usual. Flames flicker erratically, tongues licking hungrily nearby logs stacked densely. Mom sits knitting furiously, needles clicking rapidly. Occasionally looks our direction, nodding encouragingly. Dad reclines contentedly, feet propped casually above mantle. Me huddle close, absorbing comfort emanating strongly. Wind moans mournfully somewhere distant, rattling panes insistently. Rain pelts relentlessly upon roof tiles, drumming insistent rhythm continuously. Lightning flashes intermittently, illuminating darkened spaces starkly. But none matter truly anymore. Only presence felt intimately matters greatly. Warmth enveloping collectively trumps any storm raging ferociously elsewhere. Peace exists securely here, sanctuary fortified resolutely. So let nights fall peacefully, covering land, blanketing sky utterly. Stars twinkle brilliantly overhead, guiding lost souls homeward bound effortlessly. Dreams weave intricately, painting visions beautiful indelibly. And tomorrow arrives surely, bearing fresh hope boldly proclaimed openly. Challenges await patiently, testing mettle proven steadfastly. Triumph achieved ultimately, proving worthiness unequivocally.